Hello and welcome to episode 285 of the Heart of Markness Led Zeppelin podcast. I am Mark. What we have this week is a really nice one, middle of the road, should make everybody happy. Led Zeppelin show, Earls Court. Oh, is it the 24th? Nope. Is it the 25th? That's the best one. No, it isn't. It's the 18th, which is, in my opinion, the best one. It's not on video, and I know a lot of people have biases toward the 25th and the 24th because they are on video and they're some of the first bootleg videos that you'd get back in the day. Like I remember when I think the 24th came out, around 2002 maybe, on DVD anyway, and everybody watched it. It was the cool thing to watch, and it's on the official DVD as well. Which came out in 2003. But performance-wise, I like the 18th. There's a bit of consensus. Again, this was another show that I was reminded of by Dogs of Doom in their chat on Discord. You should join. It's pretty cool. Some of you have. Other David, I see you there all the time. That's great. So I grabbed it and I listened to it because they were talking about how great the No Quarter was. And I was like, I don't recall that. So I listened to the show, and holy baloney. First of all, it's a really good show. It's a really good show Jimmy-wise for 1975. It's one of his better 75 shows. Top 5, if not top 3, in my opinion. And performance-wise of the Earls Court shows, it kind of has the best sparkle. Opening night was the opening night. They hadn't played in a couple of months. Second night, nice. The 23rd is also really, really good. I think I've done the 23rd before in an episode. But the 18th, I didn't think they had really good recordings of it. I guess I haven't listened to it for a very long time because, of course, Led Zeppelin Boots, the YouTube channel, he had released at some point the 18th, and I listened to it, and it sounded much, much better than I recalled. So I downloaded it, and it sounds really, really good. And it's a source merge, I think, put together by Led Zepp Film. Don't hold me to that, though. Somebody made a source merge of 3 audience sources, 2 of which are excellent, and 1 of which is just filler. And it's great. It's really, really great. I think this might be the show that Jimmy played the Lake Placid Blue Stratocaster that you'd see him later with in The Firm. That he played it for Over the Hills and Far Away. I think it was this one. I think, I don't know. Should have looked that up before I started recording. Well, someone will tell me, or they won't, and I will die not knowing, and that's just fine. Maybe he played a Stratocaster at this show, and maybe it was during Over the Hills and Far Away. There's a picture on the YouTube video of Jimmy playing the Strat from Led Zeppelin Boots, and I don't think they would make that be the screen image if it wasn't from that night. So let's go with that tentatively, holding me blameless if I'm wrong, because I am an innocent. Whew, there we go. All right, well, I did mention Over the Hills and Far Away, so I'm going to play Over the Hills and Far Away because, first of all, 75 Over the Hills and Far Away have some funk to it. The bass is popping. There's a little bit of funk. I like them. Jimmy is various degrees of hit or miss. And on this, it's a hit. And he hits it out of the park, and he plays some really, really cool shit that I haven't heard him play before. And maybe it's because he was playing a Fender. I don't know. I'm going to listen because I should be able to tell if it's a Fender or a Gibson. Hopefully. And if not, I will come back with egg on my face. So, Over the Hills and Far Away, listen to Jimmy go places you've not heard him go before, perhaps. And, of course, the rhythm section is insane. And off we go.
those fleeting angels. We're more than overjoyed actually to be able to be allowed back into the country. The equipment that you now see amassed above our heads in rather precarious positions. It took about 3 weeks to get through customs. They have a little dossier at the customs, that thick on Led Zeppelin. Nothing to do with personal effects or prison sentences that Mr. Bonham's been in prison for grievous bodily harm, things like that. Just equipment. So we're really pleased not only to be here to play, but to have all the equipment that we anticipated to give you our best. And without further ado, no, let's not have any of that sort of we come to play. And this is a thing of the long, what you might call long-awaited, but they always are long-awaited albums on the magnificent Swan Song label. Great design, picture of Jimmy there on the operation in Cairo.
He, Robert, was talking about the pictures, the little cutout pictures that show through the window on the Physical Graffiti album. The picture of Jimmy and all that stuff in Cairo, the operation in Cairo, may have a little nod to the occult practices of Aleister Crowley, who certainly had a Cairo operation or two, some of them quite famous, one resulting in the Book of the Law. So, maybe it's that, maybe it's not that, who knows, I don't know, I'm not a doctor. But, moving ahead, we will, oh, you know what, no, moving behind. That was pretty good, Jimmy's solo was good, didn't sound like a Strat to me, but perhaps I'm quite dumb, or my ears suck. Either one's possible, and there's a lot of evidence for both. But the performance, very good. Robert's voice, not the best. Of course, it wasn't the best in 75 anyway, because, you know, he had blown his voice out at the end of 71, and that which pretty much had 72 giving diminishing returns, starting the 73 tour in January of 73, or maybe at the end of December 72, sick with the flu and powering through. That's not good for you. Starting the 75 tour in January, sick with the flu, powering through. That's not good for you. So, the voice, not as good as a typical even 70, well, it is typical 75, so we'll leave it at that. All right, plowing ahead, let us listen to something that is wonderful and that is evident on this because they are excellent audio recordings. The soundboard recordings and the video recording audio and the videos themselves do not have the 4-part harmony included in the song's Tangerine. You can see Jimmy singing, but you can't hear him. And Bonzo is singing and Jonesy is singing as well. And it sounds really good. We heard it in the Japan 1971. We would hear it on September 28th. Not on the 29th, because that was Where's Bonzo? But on this night, you can hear it. It is sweet. It is good. And because the recordings are pretty darn okey dokey, it just sounds pleasing to the ear. So let us do that. We have Tangerine. Nice, sweet song. And yeah, bonus with the harmonies. Noteworthy, I say. Here you go. Oh yeah, this is May 18th, 1975. Let us not forget.
We're now going to witness a 4-part harmony on a song called Tangerine. Only Does she still remember times like these? To think of us again and undo. Tangerine, tangerine, living reflection of a dream. I was her lover, she was my queen, and now 1,000 years between. Oh. Six and a half years is a hell of a long time. It's a profound statement, you may think. But for Zeppelin, it's been a lifetime and yet a second, you know? And although we've written things, famous things in Bangkok, not just any pops, but we also wrote a lot of things west of Offa's Dyke. Offa's Dyke is not a chick in New York who...
Offa's Dyke reference. Robert, ever the historian. King Offa was a medieval king. Couldn't even be an English king because there wasn't an England. I don't know what he was... I can't remember what he was king of. I remember seeing a coin of his and hearing about him as a brilliant ruler, and I think that Offa's Dyke was something that rivaled in scale and in technical ability the wall, Hadrian's Wall. So, Offa's Dyke. I may be wrong about all that. Not while he was a king in Middle Ages, and I did see his coin. You can't take that from me, man. History of England, or the British History podcast. What the hell's the name? Welcome to the British History Podcast. It's the British History Podcast, recorded right here in Portland, Oregon. Great podcast, but it starts in prehistory, and it took like 5 years to get to 1066. So it's deep. And they did quite a bit on Offa. So, is it a good podcast? Well, it's not Offa. Ha, 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 ha. All right, sorry. Hey, handsome. Did you know you can find me anywhere you can find podcasts? You did? Because you already found me because you're listening to me. Well, I guess that's true. Well, shucks. Did you also know you can find me on YouTube? I have a YouTube channel. Post to that every week. It's the same stuff, but if you're ever, on YouTube because you're of a certain age, welcome. That's cool. I'm there, and I will always be, hopefully. And I have a website, heartofmarkness.com. And the reason why that matters, aside from it being wonderful, is that that's where I host and post the links to the shows that I cover. Like this here recording we're listening to from May 18th, 1975. Well, we're going to listen to 3 songs from it, but there's a whole bunch of songs that I'm not playing that you can hear. And you go to heartofmarkness.com there, my friend. You download that show at the link at the bottom of the page, conveniently placed next to a Patreon and Ko-Fi link, no pressure. And you can have this whole show. What is this whole show? Well, you get the intro, ladies and gentlemen, Led Zeppelin, and then rock and roll, Sick Again, Over the Hills, which you've already heard, In My Time of Dying, that's always fun. The Song Remains the Same, The Rain Song, those are always top-notch. The Rain Song is always hit out of the park. Kashmir, nice. Kashmir is always nice. Not always nice. Usually nice in 75. No Quarter, which is what we're about to hear. Spoiler alert. Tangerine, which you also heard. Going to California, which is being played after Tangerine, which you almost heard. That's the Way. Bronyar Stomp, that's the acoustic set. And then Trampled Underfoot. Moby Dick. Dazed and Confused. That right there is a month and a half of music right there for free. Stairway to Heaven. Whole Lot of Love. And Black Dog. Whole Lot of Love being very, very short. Basically, banana, hey, hey, mama. So, fantastic show, fantastic band, fantastic opportunity for you to take. So go to heartofmarkness.com, get all that stuff, live forever, feel wonderful. Okay, what else do we have? Facebook group. I have a Facebook group, Heart of Markness. There's about 300 people there. I post the podcast there. As soon as I am done with the podcast, the first place I go is Facebook and post it. That's a lie. First place I go is heartofmarkness.com and post that so that the link is there when I say it is, so that when you go there, I'm still not a day behind, which sometimes used to happen, but I've been much more responsible. Thank you, Will Butrin. So, heartofmarkness.com, the Facebook group, go there, join up. There's a bunch of people. It's really nice. If you just want to say Led Zeppelin is the best, Jimmy's awesome, what's the best Led Zeppelin show, you'll find people that can engage with you and all that. I'm on Twitter, or X, Heart of Markness. Instagram, active on Instagram as Heart of Markness Zepp Podcast. And what else? If you feel compelled by the power of love to support this show in a material manner, you can support this show by telling your friends, sharing it, etc., leaving a review on whatever podcast platform you're on. Those really help with the search engine results, bringing you a little higher up. So when you put Led Zeppelin podcast, you get me instead of like an Anderson Cooper podcast where he said Led Zeppelin once and the algorithm's like, must be him. No. Leave a review if you want to do that. However, if you want to contribute in a more material manner, you have, I brushed by them earlier, you are welcome to explore becoming a patron. Patreon.com/heartofmarkness, or there's a couple Patreon places on my website where you can find and click. See if there's something there for you. By and large, you get a few recordings just for you every month. Sometimes new stuff, sometimes it's an extension of what we've done for the podcast. Like if I were to do a Patreon episode on this, I might include a couple more songs from this show and just kind of carry the podcast on off stream, as it were. Or you also get some deep cuts. You get some deep John Paul Jones stuff. You get some deep Jimmy Page stuff, some deep Robert Plant stuff, Zeppelin stuff that I don't feel comfortable sharing publicly. Wink. Things like that. So patreon.com/heartofmarkness and the aforementioned Ko-Fi, which is a place if you want to just go and go, here's a few bucks. Thanks. I don't want to do this every month. Tip of the hat out the door. You can do that. So heartofmarkness.com, definitely worth checking out. Also, merchofmarkness.com, which is a merch store. T-shirts, mugs, stickers, merch like everybody else has. I've got it too. Check that out as well. Whew. Holy shit, that took forever. I apologize. I've got to work that out so it's much more truncated. But I also don't want to just spread it out through the whole podcast, because then the whole thing just feels like a home shopping network. Man. All right. Jumping ahead. We've got that. And, the most important thing. If you are a patron, and if you're okay with it, I had one person who was not and wanted to remain anonymous. I read your names off, like I will now. These are the current Titans upon whose shoulders rests this humble yet mighty podcast. So a Laurel and hearty handshake go out to Keith and Tilda, Steve, George, Big Ed, Kenny, happy birthday from last week, Kenny, John from West Footscray, Picard, Wayne, Brad, Danielle, Tracy, other David, who I mentioned earlier, big supporter of the community. You're a wonderful human being. Other David, as are the rest of you. Calm down. Bonzo, Billy, and Mimo. All right, here endeth the lesson. Let's get back to the rock and roll. No quarter, everybody. It is no quarter, so it is 109 years long. Actually, 23 minutes. But because it is one of the better no quarters, one of the best no quarters, I would argue, it's going to fly by, and it will make you happy. Hopefully, I'll see you at the end.
Stand up after time. Another song about a journey, or rather, a journey that has no end, rather perilous one, where they give no quarter. Walk inside my own window. The devil mocks them every step. The slope drives back the foot that's the ducks are doomed. And where it's still this light John Jones grand piano.
There we are, friends. I think we got through the whole thing. Wonderful show, right? Now that sounded like a Stratocaster to me. And I did a little Googling, and yes, apparently Jimmy did play the Strat on Over the Hills and Far Away. My dumb ears just couldn't tell. And he played the Strat on the No Quarters for the first couple dates, and this is one of the first couple dates. And some cool shit. Some cool shit he played in that solo reminded me of some of the Boston Tea Party gig, either the 23rd or the 26th of January, I think. that first run. There's some cool stuff in there. Very experimental in ways. Hope you liked it. I liked it. Beautiful, middle of the road. Like I said, Led Zeppelin. It's like pizza. Everybody loves Earls Court shows. Here's an Earls Court show. Hope you enjoyed. I will be back next Sunday, one hopes, with another show. I've got 3 in the pipe already, so I already know what they're going to be, and they are really, really good. There's some amazing stuff coming up, guys. Very, very exciting. So, yeah, please take care of yourself and others, and I'll talk to you later. Adios. Hope you have a great week.